longer pay their medical bills because those bills were, the money was locked up in a bank that has failed. Nobody knows the number of children whose parents could very well afford to pay their school fees who had to drop out of school because banks were mismanaged. So we use this as one instance, as one example of what you can do if you're ready to confront these vested interests and deal with them and protect the poor for the first time. But the banking industry is just one part of Nigeria. What is happening in other areas? So, take the oil industry. We talk about fuel subsidy. In 2009, this country paid 291 billion naira as subsidy for petroleum products. By 2011, this number had jumped to 2.7 trillion naira. Did we start consuming 10 times as much petrol? Do we have 10 times as many cars? Did the population of Nigeria multiply 10 times? I did not believe those numbers. I screamed against those numbers, and what people screamed. Of course, we tried to remove subsidy. There was Occupy Nigeria. There have been investigations. And what did we discover? That a lot of that money never went to fuel subsidy that was consumed by Nigerians. There are people in this country that produced pieces of paper and brought to PPRA, and somebody stamped those pieces of paper and said they brought in petroleum products and actually paid them subsidy. And those pieces of paper said, I brought 30,000 metric tons on so-so ship, and we discovered that that ship was nowhere near the coast of Nigeria on that date. We have seen vessels that did not even exist, that had been retired on bills of lading, and money has been paid. And you know what? None of them, as I speak to you, has gone to jail. This is the only country in the world where you have something called oil theft, where vessels can simply come and take crude oil and literally just drive out of the country. You see the numbers every day, 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 barrels a day. Nobody even knows. 7.3 billion naira. How does anybody take oil in a vessel and leave a country? We've got the Navy, we've got NIMASA, we've got security services, you've got the oil companies themselves. And every day we complain about the lack of development. We don't have development because vested interests continue